one and only Trent B coming to you live out there 405 in Oklahoma City, and we're here with the part 2 of the gentleman's edition of the fellas on the scene. Before we begin, can you guys introduce yourselves?
I'm Blazer.
I'm the Facebook guy.
I'm Julius.
We're going back to episode 3, I believe, and this is basically when Blazer comes in the scene. He's in there interacting with a partner, a friend of his, and of course Melody's on the scene in the club as always promoting. She comes across a guy that she recognized as Blazer, introduced to a friend of his, a buddy of his. And when she walks away, it's kind of like, dude, is that you? You know, back in the day, implying that she's promiscuous.
Yeah.
So, does that stop Blazer from potentially asking her out or potentially dating her? How does that change his view of Melanie?
I don't think it stops him from like going after her. I think if anything, it makes him want to go get her more because like he found out like she's down for whatever. So it's like, hey, why not go grab her?
You wouldn't look at her as basis of potential love interest or someone for a serious commitment, or more like a sex thing?
I think Blazer's looking at her for a sex thing. I don't think his interest is in love.
So, perception meets reality. Why didn't he basically, talk to her about the dresser, talk to the young lady or Melanie about the situation?
I mean, guys not gonna be like, yo, I heard you hit like 6 of my homies. Can I hit? You know what I mean? So they gotta ease their way in. Blazer just want to ease his way in. So like, he knows what she's about. So he can give all the game he wants, and she's gonna fall for it. And he know what he want to do.
But it may not be the same on her end. That's what I'm saying. She could be.
She could be, but Blazer's gonna find out.
Okay. Your involvement with this show on the scene.
I was at an art show, and it was my friend's art show, and I met Nicole there,
okay.
And she, we had chopped it up, follow each other on Instagram, all the networking stuff, and then like a few days later, she hit me up about this part, and I was like, all right, she sent me the script, I checked it out. Yeah, pretty much.
Right, was that your first time ever acting?
It was. I thought about it before, I wanted to do it, but didn't have any opportunity.
This takes us to episode 3 again, I believe episode 3, and we hear the Facebook guy.
Yes, the infamous.
We run across Tracy.
Yes.
Beautiful, stunning young woman.
Definitely.
She's in the club, on the scene.
Yes.
You approach her.
I did.
And ask her out.
Yes, I did, definitely. I mean, it was just a scenario where I was definitely friends with her, knew some of her friends and whatnot on Facebook. Scenario came about where I just wanted to make, it a reality versus still being in the cyber world.
Tracy came off looking at you as perhaps being thirsty, or perhaps that not, because that's the big thing these days, right?
Yeah, right.
Definitely.
I mean, you wrote to a young lady on Facebook or Instagram or social media.
See, my intentions was to change that. I understand that perception that, that's out there. So I was looking to change that definitely because I think more so she was focused on her relationship.
Why do you think women turn down a good guy like yourself or a Facebook guy with that prospect of being someone, and you say she's in a quote-unquote relationship?
Yeah, especially females, they're hesitant about, the whole social media outlet, as far as hooking up with, people and whatnot, and I can totally understand that. It's a lot of weirdos out there, It's a lot of weirdos. So, my deal...
You got shows like Catfish.
Yeah, man, They don't paint a real good light.
But you gotta kind of dial it back though, because you don't want to cross that barrier of turning into
that guy.
Like, okay, I see what you're after. You're one of those social media whores. You just kind of troll for girls and but that's not all of our intention.
Exactly. And then, you always have the infamous inbox. I can only imagine. And I've seen, how some women's inboxes, man, these.
The thirst is real.
It is
the thirst
real.
is real.
So should the man allow the woman to possibly approach him?
It's not gonna happen. I don't see that, especially for women that's about something, and got some class.
Insecure women.
How would men feel if a woman did approach him? He's in a club setting, such as on the scene.
You know what? Depending on how how the approach is.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I've seen some women do it with, you know, strict class and, you know, about their business and whatnot, you know. And it's not a thirst type of situation. It's just some, you know, casual talk, casual conversation, you know. It ain't like they, yo, what's your number, blah, blah, blah. You know, just basically see if there's any type of vibe.
I don't think it would be any different from, you know, a man picking up a woman or a woman picking up a man. You both gonna feel the same flattery, a little bit of surprise, and then at the same time, you kind of gonna feel a little standoffish because, like,
You don't know that person.
and it's not really any real. Like when you go out nowadays, like people don't really talk to you. Like there's no.
But you know what?
You know, like what happened to the days where you could go out and like that's it.
That's the difference.
But then at the same time, you get pushed back out
Peter
of
the club,
the whole
her.
game because of social media.
What the hell?
Right, you're right.
So it's like you kind of. Damn if you do
And
it.
you know what though?
You know.
It's an okay scene type of situation too, man. You go to any other
Oh,
major
yeah, true.
metropolitan city, man.
That's the Oklahoma shit.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So
You
you think
know,
specifically Oklahoma, that's still
yeah, it's the
dating and men
OKC
and women in Oklahoma City.
scene. Yeah.
Okay, scene. You go out, you show what you got on. You sit there, fuck with your homies or your girlfriends,
Have a drink or
whatever,
two.
you drinks, whatever,
Yeah.
and you go home.
And that's
Like,
it.
ain't no intermingling.
So it's a fear of getting off the wall, approaching a woman, hollering at her, talking to her.
Yeah.
It's a fear of the women approaching the guys. So what's like a group
And
circle?
and it's really strange because, like I said, you go to any other major metropolitan city, man, women,
Like
they'll approach you.
Kinda like-
And you know, I think it's a confidence issue too.
We kind of wiped that off the table.
So if the women have the insecurities, so wouldn't the men have the insecurities as well?
I mean, I don't necessarily think it's an insecurity. I think it's more fear of rejection.
Yes.
That's what it
Yes.
is for men. I think.
Yes.
I mean, how was your preparation coming to the character of the Facebook?
It was just me. I just, you know, put myself into the role. You know what I mean?
Personal experience.
How would I? Not necessarily the personal. You know, I just embodied the character. You know, that's all it was.
Hey, we move on to episode 5, and we see Julius on the couch, of course, with Melanie, and they're having a serious conversation. You know?
Yeah.
Can you give us a little bit of feedback?
Man, I got there. You know, I thought everything was gonna go good. She was having a party that night. We was just kind of chopping it, and things took a turn for the worse. I can only assume that it is a major problem for the both of them because, you know, 3.5 hours away is a long drive. You know, especially when you have been out at night, you've been drinking, and you wanna be with your significant other.
Right.
You know, you can't just get on I-35.
Right?
Yeah, you know, and shoot across town.
For real.
So you know, it's always tough with long distance relationships, but I don't know. I just kind of feel like it is time for a change.
You want her to move clear to Dallas as the character. Is it more of selfish content? Because, you know, she's basically in the scene explaining how she built her roots with her club promoting. And she's growing her career in Oklahoma City.
I wouldn't necessarily call it selfish. I would call it a boost. Maybe some motivation to get out and branch out. You want to branch out? You want to expand your brand? Your reputation from here is going to follow you to Dallas. So why not move to a bigger city where there's more opportunity? Right. You know, in that way, you can really expand your brand and your marketing. You can touch different demographics. It's kind of how I looked at it. Because let's face it, Oklahoma City is kind of small on the grand scale of metropolitan cities. So I love it, but at the same time, when you go visit other places, it's humongous. So with her staying here, how much can you grow here? Because you're going to see the same people. It's going to be the same type of parties. And it's just going to be weekend after weekend, and you seeing the same faces in the same clothes, doing the same things, having the same drinks.
And it's only so much of that money that you can get.
Real. So there's no fear of losing Melanie in the process?
It is an issue. And I mean, of course, you have those fears of losing your significant other, especially when you have a connection and you have those feelings involved. So So there's always that fear, but I mean, somebody got to compromise.
Because here's my thing, okay? It says for love. Let's see how things work out. And of course, it's been a long-term committed relationship for the most part.
Yeah.
You want her to give up everything, her family, her friends, the relationship she's built in one city or hometown to move to the next one without any promise of ring or marriage or any consentiment of something that's long-term.
I mean, this is my home too. You know, so I definitely understand just uprooting yourself and going to a new place and all your family, all your friends, everything you know and love is basically getting ready to be left behind. Love's an adventure for Julius, as is life. So he's just, you know, he's wanting to get out and branch out and do different things and see different places. But how can you do that without the person you love?
When perhaps love is patience and understanding with Melanie.
I definitely could have handled that situation better, but at the same time, how patient can you be, really? You know, if nobody ever presses the issue, then how's it going to get to a resolve?
Is this your first time acting?
Never really thought about it because I'm horrible at remembering everything. So to remember lines for me was a interesting challenge. We definitely had some fun filming my episode, and it was just a great opportunity. I know Nicole from I had another studio, and we were doing some work for a play she was involved with, and that's how we ended up meeting. And she just contacted me one day out of the blue and was like, "Hey, I think I have a part that would be perfect for you. Send it to me. I don't care what it's about. Whatever. Shoot it to the inbox."
What do you hope to gain from this experience to carry on to your next project or adventure?
I would love to get better at remembering lines. First off, that would be a big one for me. Man, just the relationships that we've all formed in the short amount of time that we've been working together. I mean, I wish that this show gets picked up and syndicated and it turns into a major production because it's that good.
And how can we contact each of you guys?
You can contact me at anything, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever your heart desires, at Grand X National. And I will be there. Well, I might not be there, but you can follow me.
And myself, I don't have fans, you know, whatever the case may be. But I can be reached at the Fresh Sound Lounge on Facebook and freshsoundlounge.com. And it's an event center that I own, so that's why I do it.
Entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
You can reach me on Facebook at Dewey, Instagram, Sir Goodwood III. Check out my website, locasassociatesentertainment.com. I throw parties. I'll even sing at your party. Get at me on studio12.us.
Wedding singer.
You know, hey, we do it all. So, you know. Oh, Snapchat, The Real Dewey.
Well, fellas, this has been an absolutely amazing interview. Great job on the web series. Great job.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best. And again, thank you. And this is Cleverwurld, and I'm out.